Thank you, and welcome to this week's Now You Know Sports. I'm Creighton, he's Joe, and we're here today to break down the upcoming NHL and NBA seasons. So we're going to start by talking about the NHL. So Joe, tell me about your top NHL offseason moves.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm a New Yorker fan, and the New York Rangers had a great pickup with Marian Gaborik. This kid is considered one of the most talented amongst the league. And for me, he's definitely a spark plug of energy for any of his teams. Now, over in Minnesota, the Wild had a great pickup with Martin Havlat. Although in the past his health has been an issue, when he is healthy, he's considered one of the best.
Now, there's one team I do like to follow, and that's the Edmonton Oilers. Did they do anything this year that you thought was really interesting?
Well, they acquired Nikolai Khabibulin, which to me is a sign that the Oilers are maybe looking for a rebuilding year and that they're looking for something bigger a couple years down the road.
Now, what NHL moves really surprised you?
I'll tell you what, the Philadelphia Flyers definitely had a surprising pick with Chris Pronger. This guy is considered a workhorse and a veteran in the league. He averages about 27 minutes a game, which for those of you who don't know much about the NHL, there's 3 20-minute periods. Now, on top of that, he only misses a few games throughout the season. I think the Flyers are really looking for leadership out of this guy.
So we're going to talk real quick about our top teams in the league. For example, in the Eastern Conference, I have the Washington Capitals led by Alex Ovechkin at the top, followed by the Boston Bruins, Sid the Kid's Pittsburgh Penguins, the New Jersey Devils, and the Buffalo Sabres. How about you, Joe?
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with you with those last two. I got the Flyers in 4th place, especially with that pickup of Pronger, and then the Devils in 5th.
All right, well, how about the West? What does it look like for you?
Well, I've got the Sharks, then the Flames, Red Wings, Blackhawks, and the Canucks.
Now, that all sounds good to me, except I have the Wings and Flames switch. I have the Wings as the second-best team in the West right now. I just think that they've had so much success in the last couple of years that they're bound to do well again this year.
I disagree. Like I said, I've got the Flames in 2nd place. Now, speaking of which, the Flames' Theo Fleury was recently cut from his tryouts after attempting a comeback from alcohol abuse and a 6-year suspension. I truly admire his perseverance, though, and the standing ovation he received proves that never quitting is a very admirable trait. Now, are you ready to talk a little bit about the NBA?
I'm really excited about this upcoming NBA season. It's been so long since I've seen my Phoenix Suns play. Now, my top offseason move this year is probably Richard Jefferson's trade to the San Antonio Spurs, but I do have to admire that the Lakers would go after Ron Artest. I think that's a real sign that they're interested in repeating as champions. But Joe, who do you have as the top team in the West?
Well, I've got the Cavs in the East and the Lakers in the West. I have the Cavs in the East and the Lakers in the West.
Well, and I have to disagree with you on those. I have the Celtics, at the top of the East, and the Spurs at the top of the West. I think the Spurs they're both organizations that are committed to winning. And I think that they've both made big moves by getting healthy Kevin Garnett and Rasheed Wallace in Boston and Richard Jefferson in San Antonio. Makes both teams the teams to beat. Now, who's your team to watch this year?
Well, like I said earlier, I'm a native New Yorker, so I have to say I'm watching the Knicks this season.
And likewise, as a native Phoenician, I have to say I'm watching the Phoenix Suns. I think that they're going to return to their run-and-gun style under Alvin Gentry, and they're going to really compete in the West.
Now, just to close up, I want to ask you, who do you have as the league MVP?
I think that he is the premier player in the league right now, and I'm going to have to say LeBron James repeats as the league's MVP.
I have to agree.
All right, well, thank you. We're going to send this back to our hosts, Brian and Maggie. Thank you.